Welcome to the Chris and Jalen Show, presented by Just Cash Clothing and the empowersportsnet. I am your host, Chris Arzola.
I'm your co-host, Jalen Chapman, CEO of Just Cash Clothing.
Our special guest today is Stephon Robinson, student-athlete from Northwestern University. Thank you for joining the show today.
Appreciate you. I've been trying to get here for a minute, talking to Jalen.
We finally made it happen. So, Stephon, usually how we start off our show, we usually start off with a segment called the Empowered Moment. And so usually what that is if you can give us a story and or you could tell us about someone that has empowered you along the way, basically, and or maybe someone that you have empowered along the way.
I've empowered or empowered me. I guess I say my mom. Looking how hard she worked for me and my brothers, is motivation for me to go hard and be successful. Because me being successful is gonna make her happy. So at the end of the day, I just gotta put the work in, and no matter what I do, really. So it'd be my mom.
Shout out Cheryl. Yeah. Team up.
Yep. No, thank you for that empower moment. I can agree with you too. My mom too. She's someone that I look up to all the time. For my brothers and sisters, always putting in the work and stuff. So I can totally relate to you as far as your mom being empowering you for sure. So.
But yeah, Stephon, can you tell us a little about where you're from your childhood?
Long story short, Inglewood, California. I moved around. Like I've lived in Compton, Watts, Inglewood, all that type of stuff. But I played with Jalen at Pop Warner, Inglewood, and most relationships I've been from Inglewood. So, it was smooth growing up. I was around a lot of people all the time, like football. Like during football season, I'm just at somebody's house. I'm probably at his house for like a week or something. Then, a week, just bouncing around. So
yep.
My whole childhood basically just having fun, just playing around and stuff with football.
When did you start playing football?
Probably like 6. I think I started playing flag at like 6 and 7. Tackle. But I ain't gonna lie, I did not want to play tackle football. I didn't know what that was. Like I knew what it was, like
yeah.
But like I didn't know the transition. Like I was playing flag for like Van Ness Park or something. Mom was like, "You want to play tackle?" I'm like, "Okay." We go to the training for tackle football. After that first day, I told her I do not want to play football no more. But then so it worked out though.
Did you play any other sports?
I mean, in the streets, I did. Not organized. Like, I was in middle school. I played baseball a little bit.
Okay.
Like I was a dude in middle school. Like they'll have little tryouts for like football, basketball. I'll do auto practice and never go to the game.
So you would show up for everything else but the game.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I just I did fun.
Man, so what do you think then? So was youth sports important for your childhood development, do you think? Or how do you feel about that?
Of course. I mean, it helped me build like my communication like skills and stuff like that. Being around different people, whether it's talking to coaches or just having respect for people. Like football really teach you a lot of life lessons. So
yeah.
So I mean, that's a big part of me.
Okay.
So
also, for the people who don't know, Stephon started as my quarterback. We were like, what? That was
the first year tackle.
First what?
That was like the first year tackle with Coach Ford.
First year tackle, yeah, for me, because I had to go up. My dad didn't want to play flag, so he put me up in tackle. He was my quarterback.
Because I was cold. I was really cold.
You couldn't see over the line.
If I was Jalen Height, I'd be, what I'm saying? I'd be like that. But it just ain't worked out like that. I play receiver now. But I played quarterback. I was the shortest dude on the team, though. Like, I was
playing quarterback.
My coach used to get on me because I was so small underneath the center. I'd be looking at the ball before you hike it. Like,
oh, my goodness.
I was just doing that.
Hey, but you had an arm, though, right? I mean, you were able to throw the ball. I mean,
I still got an arm.
See?
We're trying to get some double passes.
But we did not throw the ball. We just ran the ball. So I was just there. Like,
okay.
I did a little quarterback reverse, little 18 keep, something like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Little fake boot. Look.
Yeah. That was number one play.
Man. But, yeah. So for the people who don't know, me and Stephon went to high school together, Narbonne High School. Can you tell them a little about that? Your experience at Narbonne?
I ain't gonna lie, it was fun. Like football, like even when I wasn't playing, like just being around the older dudes, like it was just fun. How I ain't gonna like some of them was ignorant, so it was funny to me. So I'm just a little kid, just looking at these dudes like do all this dumb stuff. And then I ain't gonna lie, I first got there, I'm looking at varsity. I'm a freshman, so I'm like, these dudes are like they in the league. But then older, I'm like, I just looked at them way too like they was. So, you know what I'm saying? We had good players though, but it was fun. Like especially with the coaches, building relationships with them, and then all my friends. Like, cause a lot of the people I play Pop Warner with, they went to Narbonne too, so I know people already.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a period where I didn't really like it. I always liked it.
Okay.
It's pretty fun. We was winning. For me, it's always good when you win.
I was about to say, I mean, that was just...
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like in Pop Warner, we didn't never had a losing season really, like in Pop Warner.
Okay.
Then we got the
yeah.
They always win. So like my first year, we went to the championship, but we lost.
Okay.
Won the championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
My junior year, we won the state championship. And then I ain't gonna lie, that was the biggest thing for me, like going into JUCO and even Kansas, like just the culture is just different. Like Narbonne, we expected to win. Like so, like when I go to Kansas or like in JUCO, we lose a game, I'm like, this do not feel right at all.
Yeah.
And I'll say this at Narbonne, like they demand like excellence. Like Coach Kyle, Coach Douglas,
on your neck.
I ain't never said this publicly. It was one time, I think you remember, bro. I forgot the term we played Edison in. What term we played Edison? But like I did something. It was like you ran stick. That's the out.
Yeah, the out, the flat, and the
So I had that route and I stopped. And coach, and I guess like me and Jalen was on the same page, but like we didn't make the throw.
Yeah.
Coach Douglas come out here. I got love for Coach Douglas though. Like I respect. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You're not good enough to improvise," and I was just like, "Well, what?" I'm like, he messed up. And that day I vowed like he never gonna say nothing like that to me ever again. So like after that, I make sure I try to do everything perfect. Like no one's perfect, but I tried to say that. You know, and Coach Cobb already turned up. He was my JUCO coach. Yeah. He already turned up, so I already knew how he was. So he ain't really yell at me as much, but Coach Douglas used to be on me, man. But it made me a better player and more coachable for sure.
He tried to get the best out of everybody. And if he like coach you like that, he would care and knew you could.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. If he not see what I called in, I mean he ain't really tripping off you like that.
Yeah.
For real. And can you tell the people about like challenges you had at Narbonne, getting to where you was at the end?
I never either. So freshman year, I didn't really play that much on freshman. We moved up. I played a little bit because of Coach Brandon. And then my sophomore year, I broke something. I ain't gonna lie, I stayed getting hurt in high school. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot what happened, bro.
Yeah, me too.
broken collarbone. Broke my collarbone.
Okay.
And then I was ineligible. Like I forgot about that. I was ineligible. Like I couldn't play no more. Like after 5 games, I was done. At this point, I was like, whatever. But I'm not knowing like this school stuff important as far as getting somewhere. First year of high school, I got like C's and B's, and it was fun. So I'm like, oh, school is easy. Second,
got it.
I'm doing tests, and then I'm surprised looking at my grades, like, why I got a D and an F? No, and my mom was like, you keep playing, I'm gonna send you to Compton Centennial. I said, oh no.
Oh no.
So I had to make 5 classes. So like everybody going home from school or they had practice, I'm in class.
Yeah.
Like, second semester of high school, second semester my sophomore year, they took me out of football. So that was a real
got it.
I had to reflect on.
Yeah.
Stuff together. So after school, I couldn't go to no 7-on-7. I was just taking English after school, math, classes on Saturday, just doing all that just to get back into class. And at this point, they probably forgot about me. They probably think I'm just another little knucklehead that's going, you know what I'm saying?
We had a lot of those. We had a lot of those.
So after that, I got my stuff together, and I was just motivated. And then my junior year, my first year on VAR, I didn't. The first game, we played Poly. So like Coach Jab, my receiver coach, he put me in for a play. I love Coach Jab, man. In for a play, and then I came out. I made Coach Doug like a terrible guy, but he made me better. So I come to the sideline. He's like, "Why the fuck is he in?" I said, "What?" I didn't play the rest of the game, and that's the biggest. It's packed house. So that week, I'm like, I'm in computer class talking to my homie. I'm like, bro, they don't play me this week. I'm transferring. I'm leaving. We play next. But Trey, he had got like something happened, whatever. He couldn't play the first half of the next week. So the whole week, I'm like, if I don't play this week, I'm transferring. But somehow, some way, I end up starting because Trey not playing.
Wow.
It good. And then after that, I started like 2 more games. I broke my wrist.
That was the PV game, right?
You said what?
That was the PV game?
PV. Yeah, PV game. And then
I played,
broke my wrist. Paramount. And then I came back. Like, I didn't expect to play like at a stacked team. And Tyrone, he's at Montana State. He was cold. So he came in, took my spot, and then I came back and didn't play. But that's the thing, though. Like, I had so much fun on that team. Like, I wasn't really tripping too much. I understood what was going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
That was just a barrier in itself. So that we won the state championship. That was fun. I ain't gonna lie. And I didn't even play though. That was fun though to me. I came back and Narbonne, like we like a factory. Like we trying to put the best players on the field. And at the time, I feel like they didn't know what I was capable of. So I had to work even harder. So I can't get played by somebody else. So I had a big chip on my shoulder, and that's when I told you that 7-on-7 told me that about. Yeah, I was like, I flipped the switch. Like he got me messed up. So, I ain't gonna let no one ever say something like that. Be able to say something like that to me again. So after that, we had a great offseason, great 7-on-7 circuit, and we went out there and balled. It was fun. One of the best years of my life.
That's the best years in Narbonne history. Besides the
state.
Yeah.
Won the state championship though, bro.
Yeah, that was the goal because we were undefeated. We went Then we had like there's a regional game before the state game. Regional game went to San Diego. We played. Well, I even forgot the team. What's the team?
Catholic.
Cathedral Catholic. Oh, I hate them. Cathedral Catholic. And basically, more of the story, we didn't finish. We got cheated. The refs was cheating and stuff, but we just didn't.
Yeah. That sounds cliche, but they really was on some weird stuff.
They sound. I'm not being biased. Any big play we had to just throw a flag.
It's supposed to be our home game though. They didn't give it to us. We was undefeated.
Man, yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Can you tell the people about like the reason you went the JUCO route?
Yeah, it's another story right here. Coach Cobb, he recruited me to junior college or whatever. He was like, he showed me film, and like I could say a lot of people think like this out of high school. They think they're too good for junior college, or like they think it's bad. Like I don't want to mess with it. But it's the opposite. Like depending on how you go about it. But like he showed me film, like we want you right here, blah 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 blah. I'm watching. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll go to the practices, but I'm not trying to go there. Like, I felt like I was acting too good for it.
Too good. And you had that great season before then. And you were like,
JUCO.
JUCO.
But, like, he showed me this stuff. I'm going to the practice and stuff. And then Trey Walker, he went to San Jose State. He's one of our teammates. He went to San Jose, and the coach was talking to me. I'm like, I'm trying to go over there, too. He's like, walk on spot, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I'll think about it. So, like, a month go by or 2 months. And then I hit him back up because I'm not messing with JUCO. I'm like, I don't want to do this. He's like, we don't have the walk-on spot no more. And I was like, wow. And that didn't make sense to me. I'm like, certain amount of walk-on spots. Because at Kansas, like, we have a whole bunch of, I felt like if I would have tried out, I would have made it. Like,
Yeah.
But after that, like, I just said, I'm just going to go JUCO. Cobb, I felt comfortable with the system. And then the dudes I was up there, I've been in a relationship with. So it was smooth all around. So like, and I'm talking to them. I'm not even knowing like about like early, like you can get like people can get out early and stuff like that. Like a qualifier, I was a qualifier, so I could leave like after semester. But people up there that's kind of stuck up there already is like, I don't know, you think like you a D1 AA guy, or like you might get this maybe, might be 2 years. I'm just like, whatever, bro. And I just like put my head down. I was just grinding, like.
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to make it. I wanted to prove like I didn't belong there. So like I tried to go out there and dominate.
That's crazy because so I played college baseball, right? So I went the JUCO route too. So for baseball, it's a little different. So like if you go the junior college route, you're able to get drafted by a professional team after 1 year, right? But say I go to a 4-year school, I can't leave until the third year, junior year, typically, like kind of like the NFL, kind of a little bit, right? Like. So it's kind of like that. But if you go the junior college route, you can get drafted immediately. So like my thought process was like you said, is how you think about it. So my thought process was like, cool, like I'm gonna try to get drafted. Like, why not? Like, I mean, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna try to get drafted. Like, I'm not gonna wait 3 years. Like, let's do it now. So, I went in. I had a good freshman year, but it wasn't until my sophomore year that I started kind of shining more at that junior college. And then, boom, I tore my shoulder, and that was kind of. And I tore my labrum, which is the back of my shoulder, all the way to the front of my bicep muscle. So it was like it was not a good scenario. Basically, it took a long time to kind of come back, and I ended up playing a little bit more after that. I did go to a 4 year and played, in Boston for a bit, but bro, it just was not the same. Period. Like, just not the same. So my mentality was similar too. I didn't want to go that route, but then I started thinking positive about it and seeing how I could make it work. You know what I mean? How I can make that benefit for me. So, can you give advice to young athletes on the topic of recruiting? So, like, obviously you've gone through a couple of different recruiting stages in your life now with JUCO going into Kansas, and now from Kansas to Northwestern University. So, can you tell us a little bit more on the topic of recruiting, like different things maybe you've gone through, or just some advice,
I'll start first with a story. I was in JUCO and I was being recruited by Middle Tennessee State or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yep.
like first offers. I was like this is a good offer.
I remember
Talking
that.
to the coach, and I'm in class. He called me. I walk out. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna give the scholarship to someone else. Hopefully we see what we can do." And I was just like, because that was one of the schools I was really considering.
Uh-huh.
And so that hurt. It showed me how much of a business this whole process is.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, it's
For
some people.
real.
It's some people that got your interest, but at the same time, they got to do stuff for their family, their school. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
the business thing. So one thing I say to like younger dudes, it's a business. So don't take everything personal. Like, don't think just because they're showing you all that love that is real. Like, some love be fake love. Sometimes you can feel how genuine it is. So in recruiting process, don't get caught up in that, I'll say. And yeah, I don't, and don't take it for granted. Don't be like, I want all these offers. Like, whatever offers you get, like, evaluate them and choose a school. Like, unless you know what I'm saying, it's number one prospect in the country. You got 50 off. Okay,
Hey,
wait the last day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's the right fit, like, don't get too greedy. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like, when I first hit the portal,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what you ain't gonna get the school you want to get always.
yeah.
Like, you got predetermined schools in your head, and you like, okay, I got this school, and I was playing
Mm-hmm.
for like two, maybe 3 weeks, and I'm like, man, it was days where I didn't have like nothing. I'm like, I don't know where I'm about to go. Like, when your future is so like you don't know what's gonna happen.
It's in the air. Like you have
Right.
no control over it. Basically, in the portal, you have no control of who to talk to
Yeah,
you, who wants you.
you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
hard. Like, you can only choose either who you like the most or who shows you the most love. So like,
Mm-hmm.
you just don't know. So I'll say that's just tough. Like, so just try to go somewhere where you gonna play, where you
Mm-hmm.
feel comfortable playing. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. My decision though, I picked Kansas because I had Hawaii, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, and a couple others, and I had interest from other schools. But I really chose Kansas because I ain't gonna lie, they're the big school, and they play Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Big 12, we gonna throw the
Big
ball.
12.
I
Big
get out
12.
there and play Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas, it's TCU. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's all
exactly.
here, and they throw the ball. I was like, oh, and I got a chance to play. Okay,
Yeah. You're
that's the most
playing
important
you're playing
thing.
big time schools, you're playing in a big time conference, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah, throw the
you
ball.
you have the opportunity to big time shine, so why not?
That's what I'm saying. It was an easy decision to me, and that's the thing. I got that Kansas offer like the day that I lost that other offer.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I'm coming here. Like, that came on. No, I come in on my visit though. I took a visit, but that's
Mm-hmm.
the visit I took. I didn't go to Hawaii. My mom
You
was
should have did all that. You should have. Another thing to recruits, take all your visits. Don't care if you 3
I,
years committed. I don't care about none of that. Take all your visits.
in my situation. If I didn't commit that weekend, I probably wouldn't have had that offer the next week. So I was like,
Yeah,
Okay.
they do
That
that to
makes
you too.
sense.
yeah,
It makes sense.
They
it's
try to
They put you on
strong
the
arm you.
spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put you on the spot. Be like, yeah, if you don't come here right now, we got to pull you off.
they
They
put
could be
that.
bluffing. They could be serious. You never know. But yeah, that's the game.
No, yeah, it's the game, and that's what a lot of people don't understand is how, like you said, you hit it right on the mark. It's a business, man. even though they say amateur, right? Like they call you guys amateurs, bro. Like it's not amateur status because of how the game is played. We're talking $1 billion corporation that makes billions of dollars off of who? I mean, we're looking at it, bro. We're looking at who you guys make the billions of dollars for these people. You know what I mean? So, so it's a game, no doubt about it. It's it's a business, and you got to play it. So, for sure. But how long were you at Kansas for?
3 years.
3 years, okay. And so why now did you choose to enter the transfer portal, and why was Northwestern the best fit for you?
I hit the portal mainly because I felt like I needed nothing against Kansas. Like I feel like I need a better situation for myself personally to get where I want to go. The NFL. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard for me to like transfer and leave from Kansas. Like I love the people up there. They showed me a lot of love. Like it's a college town. Like it was a great place to be.
Mm-hmm.
But like this was mainly a business decision. Like personally, if it wasn't business, if I didn't really care about football, like I probably would have stayed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable here, but I feel like to get to the next level, I wanted to be somewhere else. And then choosing Northwestern, they just like I said, they showed the most love. Like it felt most genuine with them. And then also like I knew they were academic school, but like talking to other people, like it's a great academic school.
I called him right after he did it. I'm like, you smart, huh? You real smart, huh? Northwestern is like the top.
Yeah, I mean,
especially football wise, and like being over there, and the like enrollment is like super low compared to everybody else. But it's pretty hard too.
The GPA that a freshman, it said like 4.0. I said, oh
yeah,
I ain't never had that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a smart school. So yeah, you're gonna definitely test your ability for academics as well. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, you're pursuing something that's gonna make you stronger, make you better. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
The value of that degree is pretty high too. So
exactly right.
And I ain't gonna lie, Kansas cold. I wish I don't know. I mess with the snow. Like I love it to look at.
No, I don't like being in the snow.
But
being from California, from LA.
That's the thing. Like I love all 4 seasons, but playing in it, that sucks. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. In the league, you got to play anything.
Yeah, so, that's true. You never know. What if
the wind
Green
Bay snowing?
That's what I'm saying. What if Green Bay calls you up and said, "We need a," you know what I mean? We need a slot. We need you in a. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Frozen tundra. You got to be ready. Don't matter.
Well, yeah, being from West Coast, the weather is totally different. But I mean, I've gotten used to a little bit being in Kansas. Like we played in some cold weather, like 10 degrees. So
oh, for sure.
I'm gonna be straight. You got to do it in the league anyway. So.
Okay. So other than Northwestern showing you the most love, like what do you know about so far about the team, and what did you like? Kind of like why did other than the decision they showed you most love, what did you like about the team? Like what made you decide to go there?
I mean, they win. Like it's so like when you look at a program that wins, it's just so appealing, and they have like a good culture. Like the coach there, Pat Fitzgerald, he just signed a deal for 10 years. Like I'm only gonna be there another year, but like he signed that 10-year contract.
That's stability.
He's been there like 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So like they had that stability and just the culture like to win. So like I was like that makes the most sense to me. And just talking to the receiver coach and stuff, it just felt like a great fit. It felt like I said, it felt genuine. That's like the best word I can use.
Okay.
It felt being recruited by them.
Yep.
And I feel like what they want to do fits what I want to do. So, and they want to win. I'm trying to go out there and win. I'm trying to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. They just they played in the Big Ten championship this year, and they also they just won their bowl game against with Auburn. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even sure. I think it was.
I can't remember, but yeah, no, they've had a good squad. You're not lying. So for sure, I think you're gonna walk in and you're gonna do some damage for sure.
Oh, yeah, I got to. Have to.
So Stephon, I've been trying to preach to mainly football players, but it varies for every sport. I want to talk about like life beyond the game and what your plan is after football.
Okay. I mean, I don't have all that figured out yet, but like, I mean, me and you be talking like, talking about like real estate, just business aspects and stuff. So like, when the situation comes, like I can attack it, So I mean, like right now, like it's people that's going to school to be like a doctor or a lawyer. Like they're what they got to do is set. Like I'm just living life, learning, and then when opportunity presents itself, I'm just ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it just right now the process of me just learning as much as I can because you never know what's gonna happen. Like
Never know.
you can get a job opportunity. No, I can go to the NFL. You know, anything can happen. So I'm just being ready at any moment for anything.
Smart.
That's pretty smart.
Yep.
But yeah, also want to touch on financial literacy. Basically, what my brand tries to like educate people on,
Yeah.
like real estate. Like I talked to him about real estate, stocks. He was trying to tell me
Mm-hmm.
about Robinhood and like what to invest in. And, like that's the conversation we have, and that's like really good, especially at this age.
Yeah.
We're like 21, 20, 22, but like that's the conversation normal people that age don't really have, and they should
Mm-hmm.
to plan for the future, like trying to make the money work for them and set themselves up for future wealth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically that's what I'm touching on. What are you into any of that right now?
I mean, I'm really always into that. Like, I mean, the past like couple of weeks, I've been like taking a break from it. Like, I got stuff serious, but really, I mean, it's just trying to learn as much as I can because the stuff you just mentioned, like, we don't get taught that. We didn't get taught that in high school.
Mm-mm.
Like, like unless you take it and you're in college, unless you taking like accounting courses or something, like you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
Like, I take some. I took an accounting class. I'm taking some business classes that touch on it, but like it's not an emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like having those conversations is fun because you know in the end, like you helping yourself and you helping your friends, you know,
Mm-hmm.
better themselves and their family. And I'm not here to say I have everything figured out, which I don't.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Or me either. I'm just trying to help everybody else, trying to
yeah,
like that level, just bring the conversation up.
yeah, it's about it's fun to talk about like it's fun to talk about like you know like regular stuff like football or the game just came on or something, but like talking about money like and trying to spread that among us, that's important too. Like I love having those conversations as well.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned to you earlier, Stephon, I have my master's degree, right? And so I went through kind of like what you're saying. When I went and got my bachelor's degree, like I didn't really learn. Like, I mean, business. Yeah, I took all my business classes, finance, right, accounting, different things like that. But it wasn't until I got into my master's program that we started doing more hands-on work and started actually like doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like actually doing it. So it wasn't until like I actually physically kind of got into like stuff that actually started doing it. Because like you said, even in in college, I feel like some of the business stuff that they teach you, like some of those models and stuff, it don't work really when you get out in the real world. You gotta like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's way different. So it's like it wasn't until I got into my master's degree that we started doing like real life scenario stuff, real work and stuff that actually like really honed my skills in. But I was already kind of in the workforce and kind of I already learned a lot of stuff right in the workforce before that. And then obviously when I got into the master's program, that was just me kind of building on my skills more and kind of really learning those things even more into detail and stuff like that. So they don't really teach you a lot of these things. So it's good that Jalen, you know, created Just Cash to kind of inform a younger generation, you know, such as you guys and stuff like that. Because even me being in my early 30s, you know, it wasn't until my later 20s that I didn't get into more financial stuff, started thinking about financial things. You know, it wasn't in the beginning of my 20s. I was not thinking about that stuff at 21, 22 years old. You know, I was still playing baseball, not even thinking about what was going on about financial stuff. You know what I mean? I was just literally I was too focused on trying to do that. You know what I mean? Not like what actually matters after life after sports. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Beyond the game.
exactly. You know what I mean? It wasn't my thought process wasn't specifically on finances and other things beyond that. It wasn't yeah, it was like on education, but it wasn't on my finances and different things like that. It wasn't until later on that I started really producing and started kind of paying attention to that stuff. So so it's important. It's important for sure to hit that at a young age for sure. But I want to wrap it up right there, Stephon. I want to thank you for coming on the Chris and Jalen show today. I know it's been a long time coming and stuff, and you know we appreciate you taking the time out today out of your day to join us.
No, for sure. I want to be back on too. Like more than once. More, I mean, more than like I want to get back on for sure. Talk to y'all about anything that's
Yeah.
going. Just
Of course.
information, just to get out there to you guys as fans and stuff, whoever listens.
Mm-hmm. And we appreciate that, and we'll certainly have you on again and stuff like that. Once we'll have you on again, shoot, pretty soon. You head to Northwestern. You said summertime or something along those lines.
Yeah, in the summer. Yeah.
Cool. Well, good luck this year. Good luck this season. Like I said, you know what I mean. Thank you for joining us. Give a shout out to your social media before we leave, real fast.
Okay, Instagram is Stephon Robinson Jr. It's just like that. I think my Twitter is Stephon Robin _5, something like that. I don't know. Just type in Stephon Robinson.
It'll pop
Yep.
up.
It'll pop up.
It'll pop up. But yeah, that's it right there.
Awesome. Jalen, go ahead.
But yeah, my personal Instagram is jchapman17, and you guys follow my clothing brand page, Just Cash Clothing. Yes, sir.
My
Yep.
bad.
And this,
follow me at crzola _19 and also the Chris and Jalen show on Instagram. Follow www as well, empowerlv.org, and also www.justcashclothing.com. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and that's another episode of the Chris and Jalen show. We're out.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.